Hi, I'm Dr. Garwin Perkins. I'm part of Living First Class, along with my wife, Dr. Karen Perkins. She's asked me to tell you a little bit more about the animals. One of the major components of creating a first-class life is the ability to relate to everyone. Let them feel that you value them and that you understand their point of view. In order to do that, you must understand their preferences and their needs. Keep in mind, and this is an important thing, everything that you get from someone else. So what is the absolute most important thing that you can do? Learn how to deal with other people. Learn how to motivate them. One of the major components of success and truly living a first-class life is to be able to cooperate and influence people because they believe that their lives will be enhanced because of their association with you. Dr. Tony Alessandra, creator of the DISC personality profile sorter, established what he calls the platinum rule. The platinum rule is do unto others the way they would have things done to them. In other words, give them what they want. So if you're familiar with the personality identification systems, and there's a lot of them out there. Myers-Briggs is one, Kersey is another one. The 5 love languages, the 5 languages of work, the color code, each of them is very good in its own right, and each of them may teach you a little bit of something different about how the personalities work. Speaking from my experience, I've found that they are very comprehensive and excellent sources. I recently took one, and it kind of jogged my memory and made me think about what it is that you get into when you get into these personality profilers. So let me tell you my experience in this last one. Here's a couple things that I noticed. They require you to take some kind of extended test. 20 questions, 200 questions, something along those lines. And then they give you a report. That report generally starts out somewhere between 5 and 10 pages, maybe as many as 20. And then they sell you the big report. Well, that big report is anywhere from 50 to 75, maybe even 100 pages of specific information about you, the way you think, the way you feel, the way you want to act, what motivates you. All of this stuff, it goes on forever. It is fantastic. There's a lot of great information in there. Okay, so what do you do with it? Well, here's what I noticed next. Okay, now you know who you are. Now somebody else has got to volunteer to go through the same process so they know who they are. And then you compare notes. What if you got a team of 20, 30, 40 people? What if you got a team of 5 people comparing notes on a 20-page manuscript? Wow. There's got to be a better way. You know, I've worked in this thing for probably the last 30 years. I've done pretty much every personality profiler that I can find out there. And quite frankly, most of them come up with same results. So Myers-Briggs tells me I'm one thing. I take DISC, I get almost exactly the same thing. They just call it something different. Color code, same thing. Call it something different. Now I'm a color instead of a letter. The issue that I find with this, and the one that you probably find with it, is it's involved. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. Simply keeping that personality profile in mind and then trying to remember what are the drivers, what are the preferences, what emotional content do you have to put into it, seems to almost require a master's degree in psychology. It's massive. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. If you have the ability to do that and the time and the desire, go for it. You can become an expert at any of these profiles with enough time and enough effort. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that most of us have neither desire, the time, or want to put in as much effort as it will take to become an expert in that. But here's the problem, and here's the secret. In order to create relationships that endure and benefit us, we simply have to understand the absolute best way to engage other people. Remember, everything you get from someone else. And people like you who are beginning to understand the secrets of the personalities, the drivers, the skills, the desires, the needs of each major personality type are the ones who create, grow, and participate in that first-class lifestyle. So having said all that, you know what? You need a cheat sheet. Knowing that, Dr. Garwin Perkins and I have created a simple 2-question profile sorter that we call the animal within. We are going to share it with you, teach you how to use it, and I am certain that this will become one of the major tools that you use, whether in personal or business relationships. So let me tell you a little bit more about the animal within. We've divided the personalities into 4 major styles. These are based on animals, so the lion. As you think about the qualities of a lion, what do you think? How about powerful, leader, naturally charismatic? Then there's the peacock. The peacock is outgoing, extroverted to the extreme, wants everybody involved, wants to be around people, and has a driving need to be successful. Then there's the lamb. The lamb is a natural implementer, one whose driving force is love and compassion, cooperation and excellence. And finally, the owl. The owl's analytical, knows a lot of stuff, and their driving desire is to get it right, have the right answer. And quite frankly, most of the time they do. So in this simple yet elegant division of preferences, each of these personalities brings a great deal to the table. Those who understand how the preferences work, their strengths, their limitations, and the personal styles are much more capable of integrating all of these personality styles into an incredibly dynamic team. Having the ability to identify personality styles and then having the ability to speak in such a way that each of them feels they are heard, understood, and respected is the key to generating the basis for your first-class life. In this animal personality profile sorter, we provide you a simple and foolproof way to identify the personality types that you're working with, and then we give you the tools that you require to be able to respect, enable, and influence to be able to create win-win situations, developing real long-lasting affinities. By the way, this works in your personal life too. Over the last 20 years, Dr. Garwin Perkins has spoken to over 750,000 people. She's taught them these basic concepts and improved thousands of lives, both in personal and business environments. She has incorporated much of her teaching and much of her understanding into the animal within. You're now about to take the first step in the process of building your ability to empathize, cooperate, influence, and enjoy those around you much more. This is going to be great.